It's August 24th, 2022. I'm wearing my twinning My Cup of Tea sunglasses. I noticed they made mention that cosmic and cosmetic matchup at times wears this for I don't know what reason, but it's, I guess, family signaling. Is it imperial signaling? Is it, I don't know. I'm the one who's been having problems, and I'm the one who had the child. So here they call it Christian. There are houses of worship that still show up. Our signature is still there. And so, and the stars aligned in order for this performance to happen. And I generally speak, at least my intention is to speak directly to twinning and House of the Sun in a twinning, whatever. Although there is a thespian that was called in. I don't know if that's special mastery. It might be, but it's not for excess purpose. It's for the correction of what's become or what's unbecoming at the moment of where I'm stuck. On the See the BS this morning, the humans made mention of twinning. Then later, Hoda and Jenna, they had a home edit where one of the former president's daughters or children, the Bush family, are in with one of their business affiliations, and they're redoing her office. Hoda mentions paperclip. There's also a mention of toilet paper. There's a mention. So now, I don't know, are they holding grand jury so grandiose that my life progressively gets worse? And who's in charge of correcting these children of Earth or of ear things? I mean, I'm former president, but past presidents prior to a Bush ancestry becoming a household name. So I'm just curious. I still, however, hold the NEG star person's blood in my vein. So that's in both expressed genetics and in sequencing in quiet. None of anybody's business, really, but here we are, and having to explain things that should have been downright easy to fix prior to this. I worked at something called an Imperial Manor. There were men who came dressed in cheap suits and proclaimed that they were there, whether this was a thespian act or whether it was in good posture and nature. I did not know who any of these gentlemen were, but I was dressed in a waitress tuxedo, and it was a catering hall for weddings, retirement parties, that sort of thing. Almost, it wasn't inside of a country club, but it had a whatever. It was in Plainview, where I was born, that town area. So here's them explaining twinnings this morning.
I've been there when you're sitting with friends and you see someone who you think looks just like someone you know, right? It's happened. Yeah. Okay, watch this.
Boom, right there.
No, where?
Over there by the wall.
Oh, come on, that guy looks nothing like me.
Oh my God, Andy, doesn't that look like Seth?
It looks like you.
What? That guy's got a big top hat. He doesn't look anything like me.
Well, you gotta imagine him without the top hat. He's your doppelganger, man.
All right, so that is obviously satire from SNL, but have you ever wondered how two strangers can look so similar and not be related? Well, get this. Spanish researchers used facial recognition software to narrow down images of lookalikes from across the world to see who registered to the computer as identical twins based on their faces alone. Now, after taking DNA samples from the pairs, researchers found that those who looked the most like twins actually did share more same genes.
Oh,
Wow.
Right?
incredibly interesting. I mean, if you look at the math, right, there's only so many combinations of DNA.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a fact.
this is a quote. Now there are so many people in the world that the system is repeating itself.
Really?
I agree with that.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So who's your doppelganger?
I can't remember the dude's name, actually. I don't necessarily have one. Maybe Usher? The guy from... Can
we see the dance moves?
I don't know. My suit is too tight. Tom Cruise? No, the McDreamy guy. What's his face?
Oh.
He used to be on that medical show.
Yeah, on Grey's Anatomy.
Patrick Dempsey. Yes, Patrick Dempsey. I get Patrick Dempsey every now and then.
People always say I look like Bill Hader, and I do not agree.
I actually...
I don't know these references.
Yeah, now you mention it. Yeah, I see. There we go.
Check your vision.
Check.
All right, so when you walk on a muddy
So now that goes from doppelganger at twinning to Hoda and Janet, the episode's E167. The Bush child is wearing a jacket that says I love New York on it, just for reference. Hoda's the one that mentioned something about paperclip. And like they sneak it in, like it's just part of their language now. It's almost subliminal. And I'm sitting here like, okay, well that explains a lot.
Nothing feels better than coming home to a tidy, organized living space. Don't you agree, Hoda?
I get. Are
Do
you
you
trying to
agree?
be funny? I guess so.
Okay, so since you spend so much time in your office, we thought you could use a little help getting it organized. So we called up the ladies from the Home Edit.
Oh, Clea and Joanne are absolutely brilliant. So let's check out.
So let's just be clear here for the children of ancestors and ancestry in New York and in the C factory of 50 for Roman numerations in that important factor in astrology and ancestry and expressed genetics. I have no idea why there are some of these humans that are so far advanced in knowing confidential information and in some active participation in shaping and forming the current land and going well into 40 years into my future. While my mother was very agoraphobic, and I was trying not to be as agoraphobic, but having to go out, being taken places as the whatever, I didn't drive, but to get to Sunnyside to meet whatever was at the bar, and it looks like a god. I don't know why or how it arrived or knew where I was going to be, but it was important. And the only two people that I ever traveled with at the time in St. John's, which would be Melissa and Maria, were both present on the field.
Got the magic they worked on my office right here at 30 Rock. Take a look.
So now she's working at 30 Rock, which was a TV show, which I never watched. I don't know the relevance for that crew of thespians who actually are actors.
And I'm Joanna. We are actually professional organizers. Crazy people. Same thing.
America jumped on the bandwagon, getting organized with Clea Shearer and Joanna Teplin, the Home Edit girls. With nearly 6 million followers on social media and those celeb clients like Reese, Neil.
Let me see into your office and I will tell you masonically who you're aligned with so I can fix the world stage of events that has plagued me thus far.
And Chloe. Clea and Joanna showcased their signature rainbow organization.
She also, this Hoda character, because it's her office, has a football helmet with the fleur de lis. Now, this is interesting because I get at some level the French and Indian War has to make peace. What I don't understand is why it has plagued my appearance, and now we're in some Spanish football fight with roast beef.
On their hit Netflix show called Get Organized with the Home Edit.
Okay, so I'm in Hoda's office. I'm sitting where all the magic happens. I see a lot of scrunchies. For some reason, there's toilet paper roll. It's a little confusing. There's stuff.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I thought Jason Peter Romer, the first toilet paper guy, was from 1976 birth. That was not to be aligned or to be put into my life frame. I thought that very confusing. To only second the further problem, which has ties to the New York Jets. They didn't seem to like his family either. I don't know how he got toilet papered to my front door.
There's stuff everywhere. What's happening here? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't think it's it. 7 candles right here.
And I knew just who could assist.
Where are the home edit ladies? Help.
1977, you're up on that, twinning, for what those 7 candles they're burning represents, because my 78 is not clear.
Help. Help. You guys! This might be your biggest project yet. By the way, I can see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Okay.
16. She has candles everywhere. Hoda is a bit of a...
This to me feels very disingenuous, very political, very ass-kissish. All of qualities I don't possess. I didn't have to. I was born a god, where I was held safer than where I wound up. The kids in the school called me out on being a goddess. They knew I was different. And there was a paper contract.
Mom, look.
Of a collector. That's a nice way to put it.
What do you have in mind for Hoda's office?
Okay, well, I know that Hoda wants less. So I think she needs kind of organized place.
I think paring down, making it consistent will look very streamlined in here.
I don't really care about the
Yeah.
whatever.
Where's the photo of me?
But see, they're like, right, where's the photo of me? See, like, they all know each other's faces, names, stories, backgrounds. They've been following one another because that's their business. That's how they stay alive. And that's how they stay informed, I suppose. I have not had such luxury. I had expectations, but they've, whatever, in not being taken seriously, which is really concerning, considering that aligning the stars happened in a supernatural way for Twinning and I to arrive within one exact calendar year, and he being as important in the gods of the whatever that runs the world, and I being his little sister, but who brought significant, poignant purpose. And I mean, I brought the child that everybody expects in the Bible in star time, in Trinity. So, and we verify what people hold sacred and dear, that one day they will come again. And I didn't think that this much of an announcement and confirmation had to be made on this level, where I'm actually being harmed in several manners and ways, while this excess is happening. Now, well, let's just
I
finish
live in my
this.
girl's heart. Well, I wish you luck. See, more candles. Candle.
There's the I Love New York jacket.
Candle. She's 1,000 candles.
All right, let's do our thing.
With the office edit underway,
All books and office supplies can come over here.
Put them on the couch for now.
You think we're like reusing this?
Let's get them out. Let's get them out of here.
it was time to find a new place for Hoda's cardboard office mates.
Mary, we're gonna give you some assistance.
And in addition to organizing all that wine
Can I just like start passing y'all wine?
and all those candles,
So these are all hers to keep. Whatever fit in the bin is staying.
we needed to make a decor plan.
I think she could use a new rug, some new pillows, pops of color.
Yeah.
She zooms from this office, so I'd love to make her a Zoom background that is a little bit more fitting for on camera.
The key to the bookshelf.
You want to make sure wherever Hoda's going to be that you can.
Holy moly. Everything is in the right place. Holy. We did add a picture or two. Because there was a lot of evidence of Kathy Lee, but not much of me. Oh my God, Drew, Drew corner. Drew corner.
There's her NFL reference, Canada.
Oh my God. And here's your new fridge. Your snack area.
Oh, apples, oranges.
Produce.
Oh my God, all the
Carrots
things
and
I
hummus, so you
love.
don't have to dip your finger into the hummus.
I've used a paperclip.
We got you in the
I'm sure she did. So on that note, just so twinning is rather clear, I am still in this. This is the thespian I prefer. He qualifies for House of the Sun. He is also an August Vater of sorts. He also, let's stay with August Waters. So he also looks awful like I had an out of this world experience where I and the magical people do whatever we do in Unexplained Phenomenon. And then I came back to the New York area, awoke in this. And in the mail, in the post, for some of you, there arrived posters, like gigantic posters, no frame, no autograph, just posters, of a very attractive JCREW model, MODEL, coming out of the water. And I put that up in my dorm room as my protector and savior for that particular campus event. It was in my private room, which I housed and shared with some girl named Olivia. That's what the campus assigned me. We had a third roommate. She took one look at Olivia, and that Olivia was from the Bronx, and she decided to change rooms. I did not have that luxury. I was there. So the only person that ever was invited into the room, again, was Melissa, and then Michael was there. Mr. Clapham himself. So he can verify the poster was there. He was very upset about me going to LIU, Long Island University. But whatever on that. And then this is the child I wound up having, who is now 17. And I'm stuck in this situation rather than where I need to be. On my trip, just so we know about catching a case of obesity, which really has not been studied, I don't feel. But the internal biochemistry with ammonia levels is a big deal, especially in this New York area that I've been hit with based on the fact that they keep me here and I have no money. I can't get out. I have no money and I don't know where twinning is. I mean, he seems to be very busy on some market maker schedule that never seems to make enough time for me. in, like, if he's not up to the task, which is the most ridiculous excuse a human could possibly ever use, where's the assignment of somebody who actually cares and has the time? So these jeans I wore in Canada. It's INC Denim, and it is a international concept. It says right there, international concept. And when I went to Canada, those jeans fit perfectly. Now I can't get into them. I'm almost into them, but not in a way that would look acceptable. Lewis wanted me to wear them out today. We have somewhere to go out of the state. So that's where I'm going. However, with my little one. So, but while I was in Canada, I brought those jeans. I wore those jeans. They are significant at paperclip level of whatever was there. I call them jeans, JEANS. But again, they're denim of sorts. And that's just whatever. But as of late, I'm just walking around in what looks like athletic gear. Not because I want to, just because it's fully covered. I contacted an oral surgeon for whatever's going on in the back. But that poster was of great significance. I rather enjoyed it while I had it, and then, like so many other things, it just like I liked my Letterman's jacket for cheerleading. It was a significant jacket. I don't know what happened to that either. I know the colors on it though. That was big for the two squares who did uniform inspections on one another before they went their separate ways. During my time on Crescent Street, by the way, I got really hurt. I wasn't able to, I wasn't, at that time, we weren't doing uniform inspections. It was prior to me meeting Clapham representative from St. Mary's. It was along the same lines of what happened to me in Oyster Bay, that they blamed on alcohol, but it wasn't. It happened to me later in life in this area where I was just sitting in a public space and got hit by a needle out of nowhere and injected with something, and then I went black. It went dark, and I can't explain the story, but I know somewhere in the twinning record it exists. But this has just gone on for far too long, and I seem to get more hurt and more punished for other humans misbehaving, and it's just not all right. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.